Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.SUGANYA, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today I am going to take about the rule in digital forensics. The rule of evidence are crucial to ensure that collected evidence is admissible in legal proceedings. Adherence to these rules guarantees that evidence is reliable, authentic, and has not been tampered with. Below are the key principles and rules for evidence collections and data serve. Admissibility. Definition is for evidence to be admissible in court, it must be relevant to the case, legally obtained, and reliable. Key consideration. If evidence is collected without following legal protocols, it may be ruled inadmissible, meaning it cannot be presented in court. So, example is if data is seized from a suspect's laptop without a proper warrant or consent, it could be excluded from trial. Authenticity. Evidence must be proven to be what it claims to be. The authenticity of digital evidence must be verifiable and not altered or tampered with during the collection process. Key considerations. The integrity of data must be maintained through careful documentation, hashing, and securing of evidence from the point of seizure to presentation in court. Example, a cryptographic hash is often used to verify the data that a file has not been altered during the investigation process. Integrity and chain of custody. The chain of custody refers to the documentation of who handled the evidence, when, and under what circumstances from the moment it is seized until it is presented in court. Key consideration. A break in the chain of custody can result in questions about the integrity and authenticity of the evidence, potentially leading to its exclusion from legal proceedings. Example, a detailed log is kept of every person who has access to the seized evidence, ensuring no one can tamper with. Relevance. Evidence must be directly related to the case in the question. Irrelevant evidence, even if it is collected properly, cannot be used in the court. The key consideration is investigators must focus on collecting evidence that supports a case and helps establish facts relevant to the charges or legal dispute. Example, only data proving an individual's involvement in hacking a system would be relevant, while unrelated personal files would not be admissible. Legality. Definition. The method of obtaining evidence must comply with the law. Evidence obtained through illegal searches, seizures, or surveillance is likely to be excluded. Key consideration. Investigators must always obtain appropriate legal authorization before collecting the data. If the law is not followed, the evidence may be excluded under the exclusionary rule. Example, evidence obtained by hacking into a suspect's personal devices without unauthorizations would be illegal, even if it proves guilt. Reliability. So the definition can be like evidence must be dependable, credible, and obtained through methods that ensure accuracy. Courts evaluate whether the collection and analysis processes are scientifically valid and reproducible. Key considerations. Investigators must use reliable forensic tools techniques that are widely accepted in the field. Software or hardware failures during the data collection may question the reliability of the evidence. Example, using widely recognized tools or data recovery ensures the evidence credibility, whereas using untested or error prone tools could lead to its exclusion. Preservation of evidence. Digital evidence is fragile and can be easily modified, damaged, or destroyed. To be admissible, the evidence must be preserved in its original form. The key considerations like investigators often create forensic images of digital media and work from those copies, preserving the original evidences untouched. Example, investigators create a bit by bit copy of a hard drive to analyze while the original remains secure and unaltered. Proportionality and minimization. Investigators should collect only what is necessary for the case, respecting privacy and minimizing the unnecessary intrusion. Key considerations. Over collection of data, especially private or irrelevant information, can raise legal challenges. Example, investigators should limit data collections to what pertains to the case, avoiding personal and irrelevant files unless they are directly related to the investigation. Best evidence rule. It actually mandates that original evidence or a reliable copy to be presented in court whenever it is possible. And what is the main key considerations here is digital forensics must ensure that the best possible representation of data is used to demonstrate that the facts of the case. Example, a printout of an email may not suffice if the original email file and metadata can be presented to verify its authenticity. Expert testimony. Expert testimony is often required to explain the technical aspects of how evidence was collected, preserved, and analyzed. The main key considerations here are a qualified digital forensic expert that must be able to testify about the methods used, their reliability, and how the evidence is relevant to the case. Example is an expert witness may be required to explain the steps involving collecting encrypted data and demonstrate its authenticity. Which of the following ensures that evidence has not been tampered with during an investigation? What is the best evidence rule required when presenting digital evidence in court? Why is relevance important in digital evidence collection? Which rule of evidence ensures that data collected is reliable and accurate? If digital evidence is obtained without a proper warrant, what rule could exclude it from court proceedings? What is the purpose of creating a forensic image during a digital evidence collection? Which principle ensures that only legally obtained evidence is used in a trial? What is the rule of authenticity required in digital evidence? Which of the following describes the proportionality principle in evidence collection? And why is expert testimony important in digital evidence cases? Thank you.